So, welcome back to our postcard, Bureau Detox, and this is the fourth episode in our series talking about mental health at workplace. My name is Mintu, and I'm here with my co-host, Ines.
Hi everyone, so for today we're going to talk about an extremely crucial topic, the impact of work on mental health with ideas of how to improve mental health in the workplace.
Yes, that's right. And with 1 in 5 adults in the United States is now living with mental health illness, and also around 60% of them are diagnosed with mental health problems, they did not receive any mental health services. According to the MIMH, it is now important than ever for companies to prioritize their employees' mental health.
Absolutely, that's why in today's episode we will see how different companies approach mental health in the workplace. Especially we'll discuss about Google, Salesforce, and Buffer.
So let's start with Google, shall we? So to give you some context about our episode today and also some background information, Google is a giant tech company that is known for its dominance in various aspects such as cloud computing, search engine technology, and moreover, their parent company, Alphabet, is also a part of the big tech group, alongside with Meta, Apple, Amazon, and also Microsoft.
I'm sure that anyone knows about Google. Talking about their policy for work-life balance, they have implemented some fascinating one, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, surely. And we should talk about their benefits package, which are very impressive from my point of view. And in fact, the company aims to provide Googlers and also their family with the world-class benefits experience. And these are the perks relating to flexible and time off, healthcare and well-being, and also family care and support.
To be more specific, for health and wellness, Google stated that keeping Googlers healthy is our priority. And this explains why there are a lot of advantages for Google workers, such as elder care, vision insurance, or dental insurance, or on-site wellness centers.
That's right. And besides, Google is also famous for their flexible working time. So in other words, they allow employees to have paid time off during inevitable events such as sick leaves and also jury, and also in vacation and holidays. And moreover, they also allow employees to have 4 weeks of working from anywhere per year.
Well, it sounds like a perfect match for a travelaholic like me. Nevertheless, we shouldn't forget about the policy for not only the Google workers, but also their families, because Google provides such as elder care and support and even survivor income benefits.
Yeah, it's cool to hear that. And I believe that the well-equipped modern workplace at Google also contribute greatly in boosting the employees' motivation to work, right? Did you watch the video that's showing around the Google headquarters? They are filled with amenities such as like fitness centers and on-site snack and meal, and also like collaborated workplaces.
Yeah, I've watched those. It's really interesting to see.
Yeah.
Moreover, Google has also introduced resilience training, which involve instructional videos. Each of them are 5 to 6 minutes long. And this focuses on topics like breathing, parenting, avoiding anxiety, and are made by psychologists, coaches, or even athletes. And these videos are part of a series called Meet the Moment. And Google says in its digital resilience that employee resilience is a skill that can be built, cultivated, and practiced.
Well, that's interesting. So how have the employees responded to this?
According to reports, in just 1 month of launching, 30,000 Googlers have seen these videos. So it seemed to be quite popular.
Wow, that's impressive engagement, I believe. So I'm sure that this method is effective in helping Googlers and also their family to handle stress and develop their mental strength with their busy schedule.
Exactly, it's something employees can easily fit in their daily lives without worrying about their screen time. Plus, these videos feature expert coaches or even athletes that know how to handle stress under pressure.
Yes, you're right. And let's not forget about their TA checking, which stands for thoughts, energy, and attention. So basically, it's a program that created to address burnout symptom. And in fact, the managers are encouraged to say like, hey, let's have a TA check-in, which stands for TH, like T, and they help the employees to become more proactive.
It's a great way to normalize discussion about mental health in the workplace.
Yes, exactly. And to try to keep things light and fun when possible, Google's also offered virtual classes about dancing, cooking, and even a virtual yoga with your dog sessions. And these video features like coaches and also instructors who are actually taught on site at Google office.
That sounds fantastic. It's really interesting to see how holistic the approach of Google is. They're not only focusing on technical aspects of mental health, such as counseling, They are actually creating a safe place where employees can easily talk about mental health problems and all about this.
Yeah, that's right. They make it a part of the everyday conversation. So now let's move on to Salesforce.
They have taken a different approach, haven't they?
So they have actually. Salesforce is another company that is trying to increase and enhance their employees' mental health. In fact, it is a cloud-based platform that helps businesses track customer behavior and sales data.
Indeed, the software is designed to help companies finding various prospects, closing deals, and building relationships with customers.
Indeed, and I also heard that Salesforce does not only focus on customer experience, they also want to create a safer workplace for the employees by making it simpler and easier to use. For example, by putting all the information of the company in just one unique place.
Do you know that Salesforce also possesses advanced technologies which is integrated into all the services?
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yes, they have them.
Well, great. So, in other words, they have employees to work more productively and effectively. So, in fact, they work less but faster and better. And moreover, I heard that by using the platform that Salesforce provide, companies can help them to strengthen their relationship with customer by making them loyal. And now let's get back to our topic. Why would Salesforce want to improve their employees' mental health? Do the employees at Salesforce suffer a lot from mental challenges?
Yes, actually this happens in all companies. First, this is due to Salesforce being a vast platform with many features that changes often, so employees might find it difficult to know where to start, where to specialize themselves, and keep up with the latest updates, which can be stressful.
Yes, indeed. And I think that they might find the huge amount of work to be overwhelming for them.
Yeah, and creating a work-life balance in this case is very difficult.
Yes, and when the stress builds up, they're gonna have the symptom which we call the grass is greener. It happens when you feel uncomfortable in a company or a local, and therefore you start to think of moving to another one.
I heard that Anya Lingsworth, the vice president of global employee benefit at Salesforce, said that employees must be well to do well. But with which processes can they attend to their objectives?
So firstly, Salesforce offers senses of therapy and also coaches to the employees and also their family members by Lyra Health. And moreover, they also offer preventative care from the fitness center coaches.
That is great, as senses of therapy and coaching are very expensive for people. Do you know that Salesforce understands that mental health is not a one-size-fits-all situation? Indeed, they put their best into creating an inclusive healthcare for employees, especially for the members of LGBTQ+, by pursuing with included health, offering wardrobe reimbursements, making counseling, or even financial support for the workers who do not have the care they need locally.
Well, that is really helpful for both the employees and their family members. And moreover, since the pandemic, I believe that there has been a rise in the use for unhealthy substance and also addictions. So does Salesforce do anything about it?
Yes, they do. Salesforce offers rehabilitation and recovery services through employee medical plans. They also want to create a sense of community with SoberForce. It's a group where people can come together to share their stories seeking sobriety. And for the other employees seeking other mental health problems, they have created Mental Health Matters Group, where people can come together to share their stories and feeling understood.
Well, that's so great. I mean, talking to people that share the same problem as you, it can be like very helping and also understanding at the same time. And additionally, I also heard that Salesforce has recently expanded their family care leave. So they make parents eligible for 6 weeks of paid time off in addition to the 6 months of parental leaves after having a baby. And also, they encourage employees to not meet after work on Friday, as they believe that it would be more beneficial for the employees to have less time off, to have more time off. I'm sorry.
That is so helpful. Last but not least, I also heard about their well-being reimbursement program.
Yes, and what is it?
It's a program that reimburses employees up to $100 for each month, and this is due to help employees to have gym courses, cooking courses, or other activities.
Well, it's so generous. And we saw how Salesforce can improve the employees' mental health, right? So I believe that other companies should follow their practices and also try to have the policy to make the employees become more engaged and also increase their profitability and also their overall well-being.
Yes, now let's see how Buffer is doing. Do you know Buffer is one of the most well-known social media marketing tools?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
this.
that. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it is used by small creators, businesses, or even individuals.
I think I heard of that. It is a software that used to like schedule posts on social media and also track their performances, right?
Exactly, this tool was first created to space out the tweets that were sent, and in this idea gained hundreds of users in just some months, and was developed to ignore the social medias.
Well, that's great. And I heard that they also support mental health at work with various policy and engagement. Do you have any idea about what are those?
Yes, they raise awareness of local mental health and recovery resources available with stigma-free communities. It is a safe group where they can build trust among teammates and creating a supportive community where people can easily talk about mental health problems at work.
Well, that's great. And indeed, even the CEO even said that the most important thing about mental health at work is to normalize that every emotion are valid and all humans need help sometimes. And he even talked about his past experience about burnout and also therapy to promoting vulnerability from the top down.
That is helpful for employees. As Buffer's commitment to a stigma-free community is central to its identities, new employees see often this company as a special one and are comfortable working on it.
I see. And also they provide and share resources that help the employees to develop their mental well-being. For example, with a free subscription to a platform called Modern Health.
What is it exactly?
Well, actually, it's a platform that offers stress reduction tools such as like breathing technique, meditation, and also the ability to talk to therapists and coaches via phone and messages.
That is so helpful. And if employees want to make this professional face-to-face, is it possible?
Yet it is. Actually, employees can get access to in-person coaches by using Modern Health, and they are covered by Buffer insurance.
That's so great. And do you know that Buffer uses a personality test to better know its employees, given if they are ambivert, extroverts, or introverts?
So what difference do they make among these personality types?
The problem for extroverted people is that they may feel lonely when they work remotely.
Oh, well, that's understandable because for extroverted people, they need to be surrounded. So what does Buffer do about it?
But sometimes they get a teammate together for optional events such as peer calls. Then they pay for teamwork to work in co-working spaces to have more interaction with each other. And lastly, they even reimburse these pastries and coffees if they like to work on coffee shops to have more interaction, human interaction with each other and with other people.
Well, that's so generous of them. And what about introverted people? Do they struggle from other kind of problem?
Yes, they want to work sometime alone. So Buffer priorities asynchronization and communication for most of the meetings to be more comfortable and increase their productivity. They also offer introverts a lot of space and time to recharge, especially in our full team company retreats.
Well, it's so pleasant seeing that they take into account every personality type.
Yes, it is.
So now let's talk about their Buffer take on vacation policy. So initially, the company aimed to provide the employees unlimited time off, but after they found out that the employees weren't taking enough time, they decided to change it into a 3-week minimum vacation.
That's a bold move.
Well, indeed, they check in quarterly to remind folks to plan and take time off. And even one employee shared that our low barrier to entry for taking time off is the biggest benefit I've found. So if you're burnout or not feeling well, there is very little process to get that time done.
Sounds like a successful policy. I also heard about another time off policy they have launched. It's called Unsick Day.
What is it exactly?
Essentially, it's a day dedicated at least once a year for preventive care, including like meeting with therapists or finding an appointment with a therapist. They also ensure that there's always a room available for regular mental health appointments.
Well, I mean, Buffer does a great job in taking care of their employees' mental health. So what about their day-to-day operations? Is there any special point in the way they communicate?
Yes, they have this interesting practice called energy check or traffic lights. In fact, in smaller meetings, often via Zoom, they go around each other and say if they are feeling red, yellow, or green this day.
Oh, I think I heard of that. So basically, red means that you're overwhelmed and you're not feeling well and having a tough time. And yellow means that things aren't ideal, but you're managing. And greens means that you're feeling great. Is that right?
Yeah, and sometimes they accompany this by a sentence or two, explaining why they choose this color. For instance, today I'm feeling yellow because I'm a little anxious about a deadline I have coming up, or I have a meeting appointment this afternoon and I'm nervous about it.
Oh, well, yeah. Indeed, it's helped build up the awareness of what people are bringing to the meeting, like both work-related emotion and also otherwise. Sounds like could create a very open and understanding working place.
No doubt, and speaking of understanding, Bureau takes burnout very seriously. As the CEO in 2017 shared his experience with burnout, and this raises a lot of awareness in the company.
So how do they combat burnout?
They use frequent check-in and time-offs, and for instance, they have introduced a sabbatical policy. After every 5 years at Bureau, they can take a 6-week fully paid break.
Wow, that's so generous of them. Here it is. Yeah, and there's also another policy from Bureau that truly impressed me. It is when the employees are on business trip, there is a rule that no one share the same room or bathroom with each other because they understand that business trip can be draining and therefore they respect their privacy and also they want them to rest completely.
It's clear that Bureau is prioritizing mental health in the workplace. So to wrap up today's episode, I have a question surrounding mental health to discuss.
Absolutely, there is a complex issue with no easy answer, but modern workplaces need to address it.
Indeed, it's the following. Should mental health training be compulsory in all the workplace? What is your opinion about it?
Well, that's a tough one to answer. So indeed, on the one hand, it is crucial for companies to provide the employees with mental health training because this can create a more friendly and also more emotional, supportive environment and reducing stigma. However, on the one hand, forced training can be viewed negatively by the employees.
I see your point. This mental is very personal. They may feel this training to be invasive due to differences in cultures or opinions, and they might be triggered by past traumas. However, it is undeniable that mental health trainings is very helpful for employees and help them to recognize issues in themselves and earlier take action on time.
Exactly. Indeed, it is a delicate balance between raising awareness and respecting personal boundaries.
So as we wrap up this debate and our series, do you have anything to add to our listeners?
Well, of course. So to our listener, since this is the last episode of our podcast series, we hope that this has provided you with valuable insight about work innovations and also mental health at work.
And remember, if you're struggling with mental health problem, go reach out to a professional because your mental health matters.
So thank you for listening. Thank you, Ines.
Thank you a lot too. And don't forget to share your thoughts on Make It In. See you.
See you.